What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. You might hear a grinding sound. Give me a second. Yep, there we go. Oh, and I'm stuck. Okay, we're just gonna drive this way. There is ice that has frozen to the bottom of my car because winter is a bitch. I'll tell you that. I went to work this morning and it was -5 degrees, and I'm leaving work right now and it is a warm 13 degrees. So this grinding sound's gonna be here for a little bit, guys, so I apologize. Oh, looks like it's gone. Yep, got that taken care of. Cool. Anyway, so this is something that I saw yesterday, because this snow's been here since yesterday and it's just not going away because the high today was like 17 degrees today. So the entire state of Texas that I'm aware of was covered in snow completely. Was absolutely every county in Texas reported to have snow this weekend and going into today. So that is ridiculous. Plus, you know, eastern New Mexico and Louisiana got some snow, and Oklahoma, and, you know, all the surrounding states. And it's just, they said this is like a once in a generation type of thing when the entire state of Texas is covered in snow practically. So I had a whole bunch of people, because I'm part of this Facebook page called Texas Natives, and people were, hold on a second, sorry guys, and people were like commenting like what the temperature was like in their neck of the woods of the state. And of course somebody was like, in Austin, Texas, it is 13 degrees. What is it currently now where you live? And I'm like, bitch, it's -5 degrees as I'm driving to work this morning. I don't want to hear it. And that's not counting the wind chill or, you know, anything like that. That is -5 degrees. I'm sure it was probably colder than that. Had a little bit of a misadventure last night going to get dinner. All day long, the wife and I try to stay in the house all day long. Finally, we bit the bullet. We said, we're hungry. Let's go grab something. And I'm like, okay, what do you want? She's like, let's go get Whataburger, or you go get Whataburger. And I said, okay, I can go get Whataburger. Let's do it. That sounds good. And so I went and was double charged for my meal last night. Because their app glitched or something. Because usually with the Whataburger app, what you do is you pay for it and you set a time, like their usual time says 5 to 7 minutes, or set a time for later. So I set 5 to 7 minutes, even though I knew it was going to take me longer than that. But sometimes I set it for 5 to 7 minutes and they still don't have my food after I've been sitting out in the parking lot for like 20 minutes. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. It'll be there. It'll get made when it gets made, and I'll be there regardless if it's made or not. And it took me about 10 minutes to get there. With all the ice and snow and stuff, it usually takes me about 5 to 7 minutes to get there, but this one took me quite a bit because of the road conditions. And of course, you know, all day long people are like, stay off the roads are terrible, you're gonna die if you get on the roads. And then my sister was like, well, your brother-in-law went and got me a drink and he said it's just fine, just watch out for the drivers. And anytime, like when I used to have my delivery jobs, or like when I go see my grandma or anything like that, they'd be like, how are the roads? My answer is always the same: the drivers are worse, especially at Amarillo. One of the stereotypes, kind of factual, is that Amarillo drivers are terrible drivers. It's not a stereotype if it's true, folks. So I can attest that Amarillo drivers are terrible, because I'm one of them, and I've seen the way that I drive sometimes, and I'm like, wow, I look like a dickhead. Sometimes is what I say. But anyway, so I got double charged for my food at Whataburger last night, and so I pull up, and this little girl comes curbside, which I felt kind of bad that I got curbside, but I didn't want to wait in the drive up because that usually is like an hour process in and of itself. So she comes out, kind of like prancing out because it's cold and everything, and she's like, "Yeah, is it for Colin?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And I said, "Oh, and by the way, I think I accidentally got double charged." Okay, I forgot to tell you the process. So with Whataburger's app, the 5 to 7 minute thing, whatever, after that you go to like process payment. And when you process the payment, the next thing that you do is once you get to the restaurant, you go to the order portion of the app, and it has like current orders and past orders. My current order was not there. It was a past order, as in they already distributed it to me, I already ate it, I already paid for it, which I'm like, So I went through the entire process again, and it charged me again. And I'm like, come on. And so she tells me, you're gonna have to go online to fix it, is what she told me at first. And she said, because we're a little busy right now. Pretty much telling me that they didn't have time to fix their mistake, is what they were telling me. And I was polite the entire time. A little snarky, a little cheeky, but I was polite the entire time. I didn't. Wow, that grinding sound is atrocious. That's how tires are gonna get popped. I was, like I said, a little snarky, but I never was like a Karen about the whole situation. And so I was like, you know what? This is something that I can just figure it out later. It's no big deal. It's fine. But as I'm texting my wife and telling her the bullshit that's going on, I kind of was at a crossroads, I decided, nah, this is something that I need to fix now. So she comes back out. Oh, and before she went back in to go get my food, she informs me that the Coke machines are down, and all they had was tea. So I was like, you know what? I got an unsweet tea. My wife wanted a Diet Coke, so she was pissed about that because she was really looking forward to the Diet Coke, because earlier in the day she was like, I want a Diet Coke, and I was like, no can-do'sville, baby doll. The roads are apparently terrible, and I'm not gonna risk it. But I would risk it for Whataburger. That is where I draw the line. That is how you can get me to do something I don't want to do. If you just tell me, hey, I'll give you a Whataburger if you do it, or Whataburger's the destination or whatever, I'm like, let's go. So that's what I did. And so she's like, oh my God, they don't have my Coke and you're telling me to double charge us for our food? I said, yeah. So the girl comes back out, and I was like, you know what? I really need to get this fixed pretty quickly for banking reasons. And she's like, oh, well, let me go get my manager and I'll come right back. I was like, okay. So 20 minutes go by. 20 minutes go by. No manager. She's at the counter helping other people with orders. That's no big deal. She's doing her job. Cool. So after about 20 minutes, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go in. And right as I was about to go in, my wife was like, are you going to go in, or are you still waiting? I was like, I'm still waiting. And she's like, the food's getting cold. And so I went in, and the first thing she did is she points at me, and she says, Colin, I didn't forget about you. And I was like, I know you didn't. It's just my food's getting cold because reasons. And so the manager pops out and basically tells me the exact same thing that she told her, or that she told me, was I'm gonna have to go online and fix it. I'm gonna have to call the customer service support line or email them and tell them what the issue is. So I was on hold for about almost 20 minutes last night before my wife told me, just hang up, eat, let's go to bed. So I was like, whatever. So I called them during my lunch break, but I was on hold for another like 15 minutes, and they fixed the issue. So it was a long process, guys. And even the manager, as I was telling her the problem, I was like, I don't know if it's like a user error or if it's a glitch or what, but I got double charged. And she said, oh, well, the app does that sometimes. I'm like, well, I use this app multiple times a month, and this is the first time it's ever happened to me. So I guess I consider myself lucky, question mark. But she's like, yeah, it does it all the time. And I'm like, oh, fantastic. But anyway, so my wife was so hangry during the whole issue. She was like, you know what? I'm done with that Whataburger. You know, we got plenty of Whataburgers here in Amarillo, so we can easily find a better one, a more efficient one, a faster one. It's just this one's closer, so that's why I go to this one. But there's one that's kind of over by my grandma's that it's a little bit further, but not much further. But we've never really had an issue there besides them being slow as hell. But that's the Whataburger I used to go to all the freaking time. Whenever I would get off at Pizza Planet late at night before they changed their hours. There'd be some nights where I worked closing at Pizza Planet. I didn't get off till like 1 o'clock in the morning because the closing time used to be 11, and then you pretty much have to wait for everybody to clear out. Then you got to do your side work, you know, wash dishes, you know, whatever, sweep and mop, whatever you got to do. And sometimes that turns into like a 2-hour process. So whenever I would get off, my two options were the 24-hour stores like Walmart or United Supermarkets, or Whataburger. Or I can commute a little bit and go to Wiener Schnitzel, because they were usually open till about like 3 a.m. or Taco Bell whenever they felt like being open. One time they legitimately, I pulled up to the speaker to order and they turned the lights off on me at Taco Bell. They're just like, oh, nope, we forgot to do something. Nope, and they turn the lights off. I'm like, ah, shit. Or my last resort option was, you know, to go sit down at like, you know, a Denny's or a Waffle House or IHOP. I never did that one per se, but I did get off really late one night and had my wife and my little sister go eat with me at like 12:30 at night to go get IHOP. But anyway, so Whataburger was usually my go-to because it was, like I said, close to my grandma's, and it was right there. It was open 24 hours, or it still is open 24 hours. And so that was it. And this is like the first big quote-unquote issue that I had with them. So I've been doing business with them for years. Food reviews even for years, and this is the first time, like I said, I've had an issue. So again, I guess count my lucky stars. But anyway, enough about whatever. So I just had to give you guys that little nugget of a story. Yesterday we pretty much got snowed in. I cooked 2.5 meals yesterday for my wife and I, and then Whataburger was pretty much the final thing that we had to go do, or I had to go do. I made breakfast yesterday morning. I made pretty much my own little pigs in a blanket, except I didn't have any like sausages or anything like that. So I just, you know, rolled up some ham and some croissants and called it good. And then I made a giant bowl of oatmeal. That was the bananas and cream and blueberries and cream mix. So I took like 4 packets of each and just mixed them. I was like, there you go, bananas and blueberry cream. Boom. And then I made breakfast sandwiches. We didn't have any eggs. The first thing I was going to do is make a crap ton of scrambled eggs, but we are out of eggs. Up until today, my wife went shopping, so blessed. So maybe this weekend I can make some scrambled eggs. And then for lunch, what did I make for lunch? I can't remember what I made for lunch. Something. Oh, so I made 1.5 meals yesterday. I made nachos as kind of like a little bridge, a little snack. So, you know, I just did my own little famous nachos. They're not really famous. I just made them up on a whim. It was chips, tortilla chips, shredded cheddar cheese, diced onions, breakfast sausage sprinkled all over it, and then more cheese. And then once it was finished cooking and I had it cooling, I put diced tomatoes and avocado on top of it. It was actually pretty good. Oh, and tapatio sauce is kind of like the cherry on top. And it was actually pretty damn good. And then I went outside and gathered some snow, and I made snow ice cream, which I posted here on the channel. I hope you guys saw that, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And then I went to Whataburger. But yeah, so there you go. My whole life story, my whole day's story in pretty much 15 minutes. So real quick, guys, question number one, did y'all do anything special for your snow day? If you live anywhere that got snow, or if you did have a snow day, let me know what you did. If not, then just tell me what you did this weekend. Tell me what you did that was fun, and we'll get a little discussion going, and we'll enjoy that together. Homework question number two is, have you guys participated in my latest poll on the community tab on this channel, which is a question about Grand Theft Auto 3. It's not coming out till this summer, but I'm going to go ahead and get the polls of the piglets and see what you guys think. The question I asked y'all is, should we 100% the game or just do the main story and call it good? Whichever one you guys think is better, we'll go with that one. So that poll will end in 2 weeks, or 15 votes, whichever comes first. And so we'll figure out what's going to happen then. And then also, guys, I posted my oh, those are some bright ass headlights. Hold on, sorry guys. Wow, those were illuminating. But guys, I posted a video that I was kind of discouraged about because I did the David statue video for Valentine's Day, and it only got like 15 views. So I'm kind of like, like, you know, it'd be kind of cool to, you know, go viral for the first time or something like that. But anyway, if you watched it, cool. If you didn't, cool, I understand. It's just I saw the view count was so low, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like, you know, something unique and something creative, and it kind of didn't go as well as I had planned, but that's okay. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go inside. My wife is in the kitchen doing something, and she asked me to bring the groceries in because she just got home from grocery shopping about 20 minutes ago. So guys, thank y'all so much once again. Oh, homework question number 3. Did you watch the David statue? What'd you think about it? Did you think it was cool? Just give me tips, tricks, whatever. And thank you so much. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. And always remember, my little piglets, call it Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.